There's copper and nickel up here in northeastern Minnesota, enough to launch a whole new era of prosperity. But of course, there's something else every bit as important up here. Question is, can we mine these essential metals safely? Absolutely. Minnesota has some of the strictest environmental regulations in the world. More importantly, we at Mining Minnesota are committed to meeting every single one of them.
Enjoy a delicious meal. Take in the amazing 360-degree view of beautiful Duluth, Lake Superior, and aerial view of the Bentleyville Lights at J.J. Astor Restaurant, atop of the Radisson Hotel Duluth. J.J. Astor, downtown Duluth.
What lands here doesn't stay here. Stormwater is not treated, so what's left on the ground washes into the nearest storm sewer and flows directly to Lake Superior. Stormwater pollution can harm fish, destroy aquatic habitats, and even make the water unsafe for recreation. For more information on what you can do to prevent stormwater pollution, visit lakesuperiorstreams.org.
I used to like it here.
I used to be happy.
Now they call me a freak.
They say I'm ugly.
It's said I should just go away.
It doesn't have to be like this.
Bullying, it's a reality that needs to stop. Please speak up and speak out, and together we can put an end to it.
Speak Up, Speak Out, brought to you by St. Luke's.
Washing your car can be a fun summer chore, but if soapy water runs into the stormwater system, it negatively impacts local water quality. Stormwater is not treated, so anything that goes in exits directly into a lake or nearby stream. Instead, wash your car on the lawn or somewhere that drains to a lawn where soapy water soaks into the ground. If you don't have an area at home to wash your car, a local commercial car wash where they treat the soapy water is a great option.
We see it, we live it, we fear it. Bullying.
Everyone has experienced it. Too many have suffered because of it, and it needs to stop now. Please speak up and speak out, because enough is enough.
Speak Up, Speak Out, brought to you by St. Luke's, the patient above all else.
When we're young, we watch, we dream, and as we grow, we learn. We practice and we train. But what sets a champion apart is when you're told it's impossible. You find a way. When you say impossible, we say, bring it. We believe. Viant Crane.
Where does Lake Superior water come from, and where does it go?
Excellent question. I'm Ryan Strother, giving you the Superior Basin Basics from Minnesota Sea Grant. When the glacier that carved the Lake Superior Basin receded about 10,000 years ago, it filled up the basin with water. Every year, about 1% of that water evaporates and is replenished by the Lake Superior water cycle.
So imagine the flow of the river in Minneapolis, the Mississippi River. Imagine that volume of water continuously leaving the surface of Lake Superior. And on average, that's how much water is leaving the lake through evaporation.
You might think that most of Lake Superior's evaporation happens during the hot summer months, and that the biggest source of water back to the lake are the streams and rivers that feed it. But surprisingly, that isn't the case.
Most folks would think that it would be in the summer when it's hot and humid and those sorts of things, but for the same reason that you get chapped lips and cracked skin in the wintertime, most of the evaporation happens in the colder months, November, December, and January in particular, when the air is really, really dry, and that sucks moisture off the lake. If you've ever seen on those really cold days what looks like smoke coming off of Lake Superior, that's evaporation that you're actually visibly seeing. There's one source of water to the lake, and that's precipitation, but it falls in kind of two places, and those are usually differentiated. You can think of all of the rain and the snow that falls directly on the lake. That is in itself the biggest source of water to Lake Superior, the water that just falls directly onto the lake itself. It's such a huge lake that turns out to be a huge part of its water budget. The other part is runoff, water that flows in through the streams and the rivers all the way around the lake. So those are really the two sources. It all starts as precipitation. Some of it falls right on the lake, and some of it runs across the land first and drains through our rivers and streams and then down into Lake Superior.
For more Superior science, visit seagrant.umn.edu.
A long time ago, before I left on a trip to Europe, a friend of mine told me that if I were to get lost, I should find Notre Dame and I'd be in the center of Paris. And that's how it used to be. Churches were the center of a community, not just geographically. They were the hub of a city. They were the place where you would go and find the latest news, meet up with friends, learn about the love of God, and set out on new adventures. At Eastridge, we keep asking the question, what would it look like for a church to be the center of a community again? What would it look like for Eastridge to be the hub of Duluth? It would take a people to set out on a new adventure, to make the church more than just a Sunday morning meeting place, but a place where we can all chase after the heart of God together. All throughout the world, the church is gathering together in new and unique ways. And this isn't anything new. All throughout the Bible, we hear stories about God taking His people on grand adventures. From Abraham, following the voice of God out of Ur, or Peter, chasing after God all the way to Rome. Our God is not static, He's dynamic. Eastridge is a dynamic church, and we've embarked on many new adventures in our 125-year history. And today, we embark on a new adventure. Eastridge Community Church, like our city, is growing. And we knew that we had to expand our facility. But when we knew that we had to do that, we began to ask the question, what would it look like for the church to be a part of a city, and for a city to be a part of a church? When we began to look at what we needed, we paused for a moment and said, what's our city need? What would be a unique expression of our faith and how we can be a part of this town, of this place, and of this community? We asked the question, what would it look like to have a place where you could ask the hard questions of faith on a Sunday, but on a Thursday, you could go to Zumba class with your girlfriends. On Friday, you could have a Bible study. And on a Tuesday, you could grab coffee with your neighbor. A place that is the hub of who we are as a people. What would it be like for the church to be the center of town? To be the hub of a city? A place where community happens? These are the dreams that are about to become a reality here at Eastridge Community Church. This spring, we'll be constructing a multi-ministry center. It'll feature a 5,000 square foot gymnasium, a new worship center, multi-ministry classrooms, wellness spaces, fully staffed childcare, an expansive trail system, all right here in Duluth. It'll be a place where we can all encounter God in a variety of different ways. Churches aren't just worship services on Sundays. They are the heartbeat of a city. It's a place that does good, worships God, and has a little bit of fun along the way. It's a place to call home. We need your help. As we embark on this new adventure together, we're asking the community to come and help support this. If you'd like to support this cause by donating, all of your gifts are tax deductible. You can go to the link on the screen or you can text GIVE to Eastridge to 77977. There's a quote that we're pretty fond of, and that's that ships are safest in the harbor, but that's not what ships were built for. See, we think churches are the same way. We're all called onto a grand adventure by God. Imagine the impact that we all could have if we join together to make an impact in our community, to make an impact on generations to come. We hope you join us. We hope that you would consider donating to this project and helping us out. Together, we can make an impact.